of all, let me just say that neither of us regrets our decision to move to the USA. Having said that, there are always regrets when a big life decision is made. There are, of course, lots of things that we miss terribly, and there are some decisions that we made that we now regret.
So the first one is mine in particular, and I know some other Brits who have similar feelings, and it is not getting an immigration lawyer initially at the very beginning of the process. Fortunately, my husband's very good at these things. He's good with paperwork, he's good at researching, so it wasn't a terrible decision, but I do think that the process would have gone smoother and faster had we got a lawyer initially. So if you're thinking of coming to America, that would be my one piece of advice, is to get that lawyer if you possibly can. I know it's expensive.
My husband and I did get a lawyer right from the very start, and it's something that we absolutely haven't regretted at all. We actually got married and then went ahead with the visa, whereas Lucy came in on a fiancé's visa.
Which I must say was probably easier.
It is,
Although
yes.
I know now there is huge waits for the K1 visa. Since the pandemic, everything's just been held up. So I can understand why people might want to go ahead and just get married. But I think I had a smoother process than you did doing it that way around.
My second one is not doing enough planning and preparation before leaving the UK. I had to leave a job I loved in the UK. I was a library manager in a village library, and I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it. So I was a bit sad about leaving that, but thought, oh well, I can get a job as a librarian in the United States. But when I did finally get my visa and apply for a job, I found that I was unqualified. I had business qualifications, but I didn't have my librarianship, which I did have a chance to study for, but at the time I was really busy bringing up kids and didn't go ahead with getting that qualification. So I would say, think about what you want to do when you get there.
Almost everything requires a bachelor's degree or some kind of qualification, which it wouldn't necessarily in the UK. They just let any old person do these jobs.
Yes.
Number 3 is not necessarily fighting hard enough to keep some of our British traditions, such as hot cross buns at Easter, fireworks on Guy Fawkes night, Boxing Day in general.
Yeah.
Boxing Day should be a day of rest, I think.
It should. I couldn't believe they didn't have Boxing Day over here.
I know. There's things that you really care about, traditions, annual festivities and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say really try and keep those, because a lot of ours have gone by the wayside.
Yes. The next one is letting our husbands take the lead. Now, as we said, both our husbands are Americans, so we put all our trust, obviously, in those said gentlemen. And we probably feel that we should have done this research and sort of thought ahead a bit more, made decisions about anything,
really.
Where we shop, where we bank. Being quite independent type people, we are quite used to making decisions for ourselves and being in control of our circumstances. And I think it's a little bit of a shock when you find that you don't really know enough to make informed decisions all the time, and it's easier just to sit back and let somebody else do that for you.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, someone like your husband who you trust. But it's quite a strange adjustment because, doing long distance, kind of living, even though you're in a relationship, but living on your own, kind of feeling like a single person and used to making all the decisions for yourself. It's quite an adjustment to then come out and put your faith in someone else's, and it's like you're moving into their life almost, their home, their way of being, their
yes, because
lifestyle.
you're changing your whole lifestyle and culture for theirs, which you're okay with, but it just feels so different, and it does take a bit of adjustment.
That's my only sort of feeling about it. It might have been nice to take some ownership of big or small life decisions from the beginning, just to feel like you're equal partnership and that you're kind of here, it's not like you're just staying with someone, this is your life too, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I agree.
Our last one is losing touch with people back home. Oh, there's some good friends who I don't speak to so much, not that we've fallen out or anything, but it's just so hard sometimes to keep friendships going long distance. I wish I'd kind of put a bit more effort in at the beginning to keep in touch with people.
I think you do have to make a conscious effort.
Oh, very much so. Like, it's so much harder when you can't be like, do you want to just grab a coffee? Or, do you want to just come over for a drink or something?
Yes.
Especially with the time difference as well.
Yeah.
Very often their evenings is our work day kind of thing. So it can be quite challenging from a time perspective as well.
I think you should just think about who and what really matters to you, and you know, really go for it and try to keep those relationships alive. Obviously family is exceedingly important, and try and keep in contact with, you know, as much of your family as you can regularly.
We have like a family Skype on Sunday, same time every week.
Yep.
Grandparents and dad and sisters and stuff.
Yes, yeah, it's lovely.
If you have moved abroad, why not let us know if you have any regrets in the comment section below.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, maybe share with a friend, and subscribe to us on YouTube.